So this is a narrative technique to portray some more information to the player. Not as subtle as the audio logs, but this is information for your character as well as you. So you're seeing what they're seeing. It's not really breaking the fourth wall because the character went in to the machine, looked in it, and you're seeing what they're seeing. This is cool, like, this is a choice between the three things. So this is how, without having a RPG style system of leveling up, you will find these objects around the game to increase your abilities.
Yeah, and now you've now got an extra thing above your life, which
is like, the shield. Like,
yeah.
As it says, like the shield, that's how it's introduced to you. And it's yellow, which is...
I quite like that as
a fair colour for a shield.
I quite like it as a colour for a shield because, I mean, your shield is important but not as critical as your health, which, you know, the whole traffic light system is green is good, yellow is caution, and red is danger.
Yeah.
It's that kind of traffic light system, I think, that helps you tell it's important but not... You've got to pay attention to it, but it's not vital.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yellow is not as severe as red, and if you're taking damage on your red, then yeah, that's like a warning. And if you're taking damage on your yellow, that's still cautionous.
That's something there. Just when you had that next to him, rather than having it at the bottom when it wasn't as intrusive, it's now more important. So it's right next to the character, the A, which is really good. You know, it's more important than the little, press.
And the information's inside the game still, not as a UI interface. It's like spatial UI.
Yeah.
Instead of a non-diegetic one. And yeah, you just lost all your shield, and the UI popped up there where it looked as if something had shattered on the screen.
Yeah.
And there it shows that something's rebuilt.
Something else I think I really liked with this as well is the turret thing he's fighting now. We got the lens flare that goes all the way across the screen. And it shows you your yellow or your red if it's searching you, if it spotted you. And rather than just having a light, it's got that lens flare that goes all the way across, and it really describes to you that it's spotted you, so you don't miss it.
Now that this guy is possessed by your ability, his health bar changed to green.
Yeah.
Which is a safe colour.
Yeah, and the angel figure, whatever it was around
also
him.
Green.
Also green, yeah.
Yeah, showing you that this is not threatening to you.
But again, like with the turret earlier, yellow was when it was searching for you, red it was when it found you. Again, it just happened there, yeah. Red is definitely sort of dangerous. Again, it's a traffic light system. We're very used to seeing them. There's a lot of conventions and stuff with game UIs and games in general, and lots of things in life. And sometimes people would like to break those conventions, but to break the conventions sometimes takes more explaining than to have the conventions are there for a reason, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it just saves the explanation to why are you changing it. Is there something that's special that you need to change it? Probably not.
Just look down at the bottom right corner with your weapons and the ammo. As you have no extra clips to reload for, it's flashing your machine gun with red.
Yeah, which is, the actual clip size that you've got, the clip number at least, is very small. So, again, that's in red, but you are trying to describe it to the player without having to read absolutely everything that's on the screen. They can glance down the bottom corner, see it's flashing red, and see something's up. So it might draw their attention more to look at what's going on.
There's no markers, there's no constant... some games will have your current quest, what you're striving towards, somewhere at the top of the screen. On this one, there's just nothing. It's told you the information once, and that's it. Pause in the game doesn't show any information. Yes, it's a tab system, separate from the pause menu.
But it doesn't really have any sort of waypoints or any sort of mini maps. So far, again, I haven't played this game.
As you scroll through, you can look at your gear and weapons. It even shows you things you haven't got yet as a player. So these are things that you would strive towards, shows you if you can upgrade them or not.
Which I like, because it's something that sometimes you see something, if you want to save up for something, it's going to cost you. You think, I've got a choice between this and this. You see something you really want to push for, Like I don't want to spend anything on just willy nilly here and there. I just want this particular ability because that's how I play.
Yeah, I've been like that.
Yeah, something I was thinking with the mini maps and waypoints is something that they must have had to decide again as a team. So you can't have your UI separate to your gameplay. Is they haven't really had any mini maps and objectives, so the level design has to be good to tell you, so you don't just wander around in circles for ages and ages.
Subtle colour palette change there.
There is, yeah, very blue, very muted, which again is a very somber mood, and the flickering lights as well, which contrasts again, yellow and blue. Your blue is very cool colour, and your yellows are very warm colours. So I mean they always tell of electric lights because they are a yellow hue.
So death is very quick. I like that it doesn't bring you out of the experience and have to reload. You can just open the door and you're back in the scene.
Which is a lot better than having to grind checkpoints, for example. If you die somewhere that was 5 minutes ago, it can be a bit of a drag if you keep dying at a certain point. The colours are very much livened up again from the outside, which is very quiet. But it's a very red light. I mean, for the setting you're in, and obviously the amount of aggression that's going on. Again, tells that story a little bit. Red wallpapers, red lights, that red glow you get, because obviously it being on the wallpaper.
But there's blue carpet as well. It's almost maybe a feeling of royalty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit unusual that your aggressors are in blue, because your blue usually tells of calm, which I guess is good because they don't see themselves as aggressors. They're obviously in some sort of thing. They think they're right.
Also, these extra animated kills. It shows if you can do these on the NPCs when there's a skull above their spatial health bars. If they're in range, a skull will appear. It's like with this guy.
Yeah,
he's damaged enough, the skull pops up, and now your melee attack will perform brutal action. As you might have quickly seen there, the crosshair actually turned green when you highlighted it over the non-threatening NPC. Whether
you ignore that is up to your own...
That's player freedom.
Player freedom, but... I mean, I like that it's not one of those things that they're not killable characters, It says it's not a threat to you, you can kill it if you want, but...
Yeah, you're the player, you play what game you want.
Yeah, when you're flying through the air, it gives you the wind lines, it's something you don't see in real life, which is quite cartoony in some senses, but it gives you the feeling of motion.
Yeah, I think it reinforces the art style of the game, because it is a cartoony art style, really.
Yeah,
it's not photorealistic. It's not quite cel-shaded, but a bit more adult Pixar.
Yeah, it's very stylized. Notice here with these guys, the reticle doesn't turn green. More ambiguous.
Yeah.
So that leaves it up to you whether or not you want to kill them.
Well, it's a narrative clue.
Yeah.
They horn blue. They all paused what they're doing, stopped attacking you. They're all facing a direction, so it's telling the player where to go.
That's probably quite an interesting game design feature, isn't it? Force a player down somewhere where they know they shouldn't be going, or at least they feel they shouldn't be going because of all the warnings. Despite all the warnings, this is the only way forward.
Yeah, there's subtle design cues in there as well, where it's always a staircase leading downwards. You're never ascending, you're constantly descending. Interesting how now you've learned what the monster it supposedly is. You're now ascending.
Yeah.
You've stopped going down and delving into what could have been, or what you expected to be, dark and evil. And now you've seen this girl who seems smiley and safe. Now you're enlightened, in a way.
It's a way out.
Red lights, danger again.
Sirens. Immediately descending again.
And again, cold from warm to cold.
And again, you see what the danger was. It gets taken away immediately, and you're ascending again.
I like your memory sequences here, or or at least what it feels like your memory sequences are a lot darker.
It's noir.
Yeah, very.
Which is reinforced by the whole classic noir of a detective-style agency.
Yeah.
Writing on the window.
Which is actually what you come out when you die, isn't it?
Yeah.
You come out of this office.
And you see a badge. All tropes reinforcing noir.
And clearly,
Gambling,
detective
smoking, drinking.
drinks. Yeah, it's a detective sort of. It's a classic sort of on the edge detective, isn't it?
Yeah.
And noir is always seems to be about on the edge detectives. Somebody that's struggling with something.
Personal issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that say? Booker DeWitt, which is your character, investigations into matters both public and private. So yeah, he's PI. That's actually clever game design there. To have an object in your path blur away in a direction that you're actually supposed to go.
Yeah, makes it
Instead
follow,
of running around and looking at all the different things that are going on, it directs you, which is where Elizabeth is. That's interesting how if you miss anything on the floor, like coins and ammo and health, she will actively pick up and throw to you. So that was Bioshock Infinite. I hope we made some interesting points. Thanks for watching, and thanks again, Ed and Matt, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.